Oh, what in the Java hut is this? All right, we have defeated Flemeth. We got our grimoire, so that's all that matters. We have took a very traumatizing trip back to Ostagar and burnt Kaelin at the stake. Now we need to go to Orzammar, to the dwarves, and we need to get the ashes or Aimen and wrap this sucker up. I mean, I'm sure there's other things we need to do, but those are like the main biggies. Hey, boyfriend, I'm sorry. We are trauma bonded now.
So, all this time we've spent together, you know, the tragedy, the brushes with death, the constant battles with the whole blight looming over us. Will you miss it once it's over?
Miss the battles or miss you?
I know it might sound strange, considering we haven't known each other for very long, but I've come to care for you a great deal. I think maybe it's because we've gone through so much together. I don't
Trauma
know.
bonded.
Or maybe I'm imagining it. Maybe I'm fooling myself. Am I? Fooling myself?
No.
Or do you think you might ever feel the same way about me?
I do. I already do, bro.
So I fooled you, did I? Good to know. That wasn't too soon, was it?
Oh my god. I don't know, I need more testing to be sure.
Well, I'll have to arrange that then, won't I? Maker's breath, but you're beautiful. I am a lucky man.
Yes, you are.
Let's get back to what we were up to before, lest I forget why we're here.
We're in love. We're in love. Wow, we made it all the way. Bounty hunter.
About time the warden showed.
Hello?
Sends his regards.
That could have been worse.
He really said Logain sends his regards. How dare he?
Well, all right.
I know all his secrets, that's why.
Of course.
Why are you smiling like that? You look suspiciously like the cat that swallowed the pigeon.
Canary.
What?
I look like the cat that swallowed the canary.
I once had a very large cat, but not my point. My point is, why are you smirking?
You were watching her, with great interest, I might add. In fact, I believe you were enraptured.
She's our leader. I look to her for guidance.
Oh, I see. So what guidance did you find in those swaying hips, hmm?
No. I wasn't looking at, her hindquarters.
When?
Certainly.
I glanced in that direction, maybe, but I wasn't staring. Or really seeing anything, even.
Of course.
I hate you. You're a bad person.
When? Let us be in love.
King Logain will not suffer the delay of his appointed messenger.
Vieta, this land is held in trust for the sovereign dwarven kings. I cannot allow entry at this time.
King Logain demands the allegiance of the Desher, or lords, or whatever you call them in your assembly. I am his appointed messenger.
I don't care if you're the king's wiper. Orzammar will have none but its own until our throne is settled.
I have urgent need to talk to your king.
Who doesn't? If I don't get in, no one should.
Orzammar has no king. Endrin Idukan returned to the stone not 3 weeks ago, sick over the loss of his sons.
Oh.
The assembly has gone through a dozen votes without agreeing on a successor. If it is not settled soon, we risk a civil war.
A blight is coming, they must unite for Ferelden.
Wait, who are you to speak for Ferelden? You're no messenger to Logain, that's for certain.
Thank the ancestors.
He's not gonna like me. The Grey Wardens need their traditional dwarven allies.
The Wardens killed King Kaelin and nearly doomed Ferelden. They're sworn enemies of King Logain.
Well, that is the royal seal. That means only the assembly is authorized to address it. Grey Warden, you may pass.
Neener.
You're letting in a traitor? And a foreigner? In the name of King Logain, I demand that you execute this stain on the honor of Ferelden.
Run to your false king. The dwarves will not hear him today.
You'll hear of this. King Logain will see you quartered.
Toodles.
You are free to enter Orzammar, Grey Warden. though I don't know what help you will find.
Listen, I'm not trying to cause chaos. Speak to the lords of the assembly. The leadership of Orzammar is in chaos. Addressing the assembly seems like the likely place to start looking for a solution. The chamber of the assembly is in the Diamond Quarter.
Now that's a thing of beauty, daughter. If you work hard like Branka, all Orzammar will know your name.
Mother, I don't want to be like her. She...
Don't say that! Not to me, not to anyone. Now get back to the forge. I want to see more details.
Oh,
Yes, Mother.
Aragon Branca. So, Branca discovered and made smokeless coal, which is pretty cool when you live under the ground. And so they made her like a god, essentially. But she's like, I didn't ask for this. Maybe she's just like an inventor.
You bitch.
And she's like, look, guys, I'm just trying to improve society here for all of us. I don't need the applause. Thanks, but no thanks.
It is the assembly who makes a king, and a king who nominates his successor. None of it is carried in the blood.
Or, as now, when someone tries using the assembly to pull a coup. Who's to say what my father said in his final hours, when the usurper Harrowmont was the only one by his side?
I'll have you thrown in prison.
You've bitten off more than you can chew!
Handlers, separate these dashers in the Diamond Quarter. I will not have Balin incite a riot.
You will not speak that way about the man who should be king!
Whoa. Y'all. So we have Balin a Dukin. So Balin is the son of the king that just died, I'm gonna assume. And this is Lord Hyrule Harrowmont. This is the other guy up for king. So Harrowmont was the old king's like right-hand guy, like the hand of the king. And he wrote many compromises between the castes. Those are our two nominees in the election. Vilda.
I'm sorry. Did you have an offering for the ancestors? Although, I can't imagine your ancestors reside in the stone.
What were you praying for?
My name is Vilda, widow of Turok of the Smith caste. I pray here every day for my son, Ruck. I only wish I knew whether I should be asking for his safe return or for the ancestors to accept his soul.
Oh, safe return, your son is missing?
It was 5 years ago. He was only a youngster. He joined a Deep Roads excursion, the only smith to go with the warriors to repair their arms. He was so proud, but he got separated somehow. When they came home, he wasn't with them.
The Deep Roads. I know what the Deep Roads are, but just for the context of this.
The Deep Roads are where Darkspawn come from. They descend for miles into the earth, and we must patrol them constantly or be overrun. I lost my husband to them. If I lost my son the same way...
Did anyone go after him?
The captains don't want to lose anyone searching for stray men. Too many were taken by Darkspawn that way.
We shouldn't abandon him. I'll look for him if you want.
How? There is no way except to brave the Deep Roads yourself.
I'm a Grey Warden. That's what we do.
A warden? So you could do it. Only wardens face the Deep Roads without a company backing them. Oh, thank you. The ancestors finally heed my prayers.
Take heart, good widow Filda. We'll do our best.
Please, find me as soon as you return.
Hello?
No king. And now elves running around like they own the place.
That's rude, sir.
You look like you're not from around here.
You could say that.
Oh, wonderful. I've been trying forever to find someone who really knows the surface world. I don't suppose you've heard of something called the Circle?
Ooh, let's get Win on this. My companion here is a senior enchanter of the Circle.
Oh, my lady, it's an honor. I've never met an actual mage. Is it true you can manipulate nature's forces with your mind? Like you were born with lyrium in your veins?
Don't let the glamour fool you, child. Wielding magic is a dangerous occupation and a great responsibility.
We'd be happy to answer any questions.
I been trying to reach someone there for years. I've sent missives with every caravan, but I never get a reply. I want to know if they would accept me for study.
You want to leave Orzammar?
I want to go to the circle to study. Magic. No dwarf can cast spells, but I don't see why I shouldn't study it. It would be a valuable exchange. Orzammar would learn of one of the great natural forces of the surface. And the circle gains direct access to our knowledge of lyrium smithing.
You can bring the circle your request.
That would be wonderful. My name is Dagna, daughter of Janar of the Smithcast.
Baby
Tell them I already
Dagna.
begun reading the Tevinter Imperiums for Tikum Kadab, and it's just fascinating. Did you know the Imperial Magister Lords once had genealogies of every human family known to produce a mage child? Oh, I'll go pack my bags right now. I'll be waiting by my father's shop.
Oh, I love her. These little lyrium terrarium things are so cool. Who are you, Vartag?
Warden, welcome. It is always a blessing for Orzammar to host your order. I am Vartag Gavorn, top advisor to our good Prince Balin. What news do you bring?
You know who I am?
It would be hard not to notice the Grey Warden and her eclectic entourage.
How dare
I
you?
hear you seek the aid of Orzammar's finest.
I do. I need aid against a blight.
Yes, the treaty. I've seen it in the Shaper's libraries. Now, the difficulty is that the treaty only compels our king, and we are sadly lacking one of those right now.
Can I talk to Balin?
You must understand, Harrowmont hides behind his good reputation while sending spies and assassins. Balin can't know who to trust. It's been like a knife in the heart for Balin to see so many of his father's men stand with the usurper.
I thought King Endrin himself supported Harrowmont.
That hurts worst of all. That Harrowmont would take advantage of the dying king's delirium to plant such poisonous suspicions against his own son. After that, you understand why Balin cannot trust the word of a stranger, however reputable that stranger might be.
What must I do to prove my good intentions?
Harrowmont has engaged in a campaign of bribery and coercion to ensure that every house serves him. But if a neutral party, a stranger, were to approach certain key members, perhaps with irrefutable evidence of Harrowmont's deception.
Irrefutable evidence, which I suppose you have?
I'm certain my Lord Prince would show his gratitude.
What kind of evidence? You said that the other guy was being sneaky, but you sound like you're being sneaky.
Harrowmont promised the same portion of his estate to two different Deshers, Lady Dace and Lord Helmy. Oh, excuse me, two assembly members. Desher is their formal title. Harrowmont can't possibly grant it to both of them, but they won't find out until after the vote is cast. I have copies of the promissory notes Harrowmont gave each of them. Once they see those, they should both reconsider their votes.
Where did you get the notes?
That's not important. If they ask, say you found them while searching the Shaper's libraries for your treaty.
Isn't there someone you could report him to?
Normally, the Shapers would handle this sort of accusation. They are the scholars who manage our laws, histories, and genealogies. They are the final arbiters of all disputes in Orzammar. Unfortunately, the Shaper of Memories is the most important among them, and his grandfather was Lord Harrowmont's aunt's first cousin. Obviously, we cannot expect him to offer an unbiased opinion.
I have to think about this.
Don't expect this offer to last. If my prince hears you swore allegiance to his enemy, he won't be so friendly next time. I will be here if you change your mind.
Alright, don't threaten me. Hold on, let me find out what Harrowmont wants. Hello?
I heard there was a Grey Warden here. I am Dulin Forrender, second to Lord Harrowmont, King Endrin's own choice as successor. Word is spreading that the surface may suffer a blight. It is shameful we are not in a better position to help.
I have a treaty obliging Orzammar to aid against a blight.
That may be, and that is a terrible risk for the surface. But even if the world would end tomorrow, Lord Harrowmont cannot ignore Balin today. He cannot afford to trust anyone of unproven loyalties.
What do you want me to do? Denounce Balin publicly?
If you wish to show you have no loyalty to Balin, then work against him in Harrowmont. Balin is hosting a proving today, supposedly to honor his father's memory. The Deshers take it very seriously, and unfortunately, Balin found some way to blackmail or intimidate House Harrowmont's best fighters into stepping down.
Do you want me to find out why your fighters dropped out?
That would be enlightening. Though I hope you won't pry too deeply into things they don't wish revealed. If you wish to show your loyalty, enter the proving as his lordship's champion. With your order's reputation, I've no doubt the ancestors would favor your arm. Balin would never work with anyone who humiliated him in that way. Harrowmont would have no fear of meeting with you then.
I don't know. I kind of, like, why? I don't want to start picking sides.
But I'm afraid your only choice is to wait until there's a winner. Lord Harrowmont cannot risk his life working with someone of unproven loyalties. If you change your mind, let me know. The proving is this afternoon, and Lord Harrowmont could certainly use you on his side.
What should we do, guys? Should we do Harrowmont or should we do Balin? Balin seems sneaky to me. I don't like being sneaky. Go to Dusttown.
Let me guess. This is where the poor people live.
Can't just be calling them poor like that, Alistair.
Spare a bit for the needy?
Erlinda.
It's not for me, it's for my child.
Where's your child?
Have you a coin to spare, milady? It's for my son. He's sick. He hasn't any clean clothes to wear or anything to eat today. Neither have I.
Here's 5 silvers. Buy yourself a meal.
Thank you. That a stranger would care so much when my own family barred me from their halls unless I'm willing to. But no, I can't bear to even think of it.
Who are you? What's wrong?
My name is Erlinda. I wasn't always like this. I was born to a mining caste family. We weren't wealthy, but I never went hungry before. Now it's all gone, and it's my own fault. Ancestors curse me, but there's nothing I can do to set it right.
What happened?
I fell in love. He seemed so exotic, you know, tough and smart, and never had to bow his head to anyone. He was casteless, and I know he was just trying to father a higher caste child so he could petition for status. But our child was a son, casteless like his father. My parents disowned me and stripped my caste from me. Unless I agree to abandon the child in the deep roads and pretend I never bore him.
If you're a minor, why would your son be casteless? I think the males take after the males and the females take after the females.
In Orzammar, lineage is traced through the child's same-sex parent. Had my baby been a girl, she would have been a minor like me. But as a boy, my son is considered tainted forever by his father's seed.
Is there any other solution?
Yes. I can become casteless with him, which is what I've done. Others have raised children like this, right? Begging for change, sleeping in doorways?
We are not persuading her to leave her child in the frickin' deep roads, dude. Maybe I could reason with your family.
You would do that? But why?
Yeah. I don't like to see a child suffer.
Then I cannot offer enough gratitude. But I warn you, my father is a stiff-necked man. His name is Ordell, and he's usually at Tapster's in the evening. I do not think he will listen to you. But I will wait anxiously to see if you can do what you promise.
Frickin' Ordell. Okay, let's go pick Harrowmont's side.
These are the personal apartments of High General Lord Harrowmont. No visitors are allowed at this time.
What if I want to go in? Hello, Doolin.
Do you see how things lie, Warden? Lord Harrowmont cannot trust you unproven, but he welcomes a good faith gesture.
Bartag wants me to show people that Harrowmont is a cheat.
That you spoke to him even after our discussion is not reassuring.
I talked to him
first. Have you decided to earn my lord's trust, or will you throw your lot in with the snakes?
You said these snakes. I'll enter the proving and see why the others withdrew.
Excellent. The arena is located off the commons.
He really
Talk to the
did.
Proving master and tell him you're entering Lord Harrowmont's roster. The key fighters we lost were Guidon and Beisel. You can look for them in the fighters' preparation chambers behind the ring. And be sure it's before the fights begin. After the first bout, no one may change the roster. If you need to find me again, I will wait in the Tapster's Tavern off the commons. There is no better place to hear gossip. Perhaps even word of your victory.
That's why you're going there, for gossip. Got it. There you are.
Tomorrow. By all the holy sodding ancestors, how can you people just ignore that?
Branka didn't go alone, Ogren. She took the whole house, everybody but you. So just get over to Tapster's and drown yourself already. You know as well as I do that's how this always ends.
You think I'm afraid of some cub warrior who's barely off the teach? Ha! I'll...
You lift a weapon or attack a single citizen in Orzammar, and you're stripped of your caste and exiled. Even you can't have forgotten that. Get out of here before I call a guardsman.
No, my poor little stinky dwarf. Loyalinar.
Can you believe it? Ogren's barely even warrior caste anymore, and he just clomps in here like he's entitled.
I love that man. What do you mean by barely warrior cast?
Well, he killed Lord Mino's youngest son in a duel to first blood. It was a huge scandal. Ogren should have been executed, but he'd won honors in the deep roads. Instead, they stripped him of all weapons and forbid him from engaging in fights within city limits. If he breaks the decree, he'll be exiled.
Why does Ogren care so much about Branka? He lives her.
Even if she took their entire house into the deep roads and abandoned him.
Branka was married to that drunk?
Well, before she was a paragon, she was just a smith. And Ogren was one of the best warriors of his generation.
Is that what you were arguing about, Branka?
It's been 2 years since Branka left. No one has ever stayed in the deep roads that long and survived. The search teams who went out found nothing, but Ogren wants to keep risking lives searching.
Why did Branka go into the deep roads?
Chasing some old treasure. She was quite secretive. Outright rude, really. She said she never asked if found a house, that she didn't care about politics, and that we were too self-absorbed to defeat the Darkspawn. She actually threatened anyone who said they'd come after her.
I know how she became a
She
paragon.
invented a smokeless fuel that let the Smith caste increase their output by nearly a third. Deaths from the Black Lung also dropped. The Assembly said she had the favor of the ancestors and declared her a paragon. They moved Branka, Ogren, and all their relatives to the noble caste and founded a new house in her name.
Okay, bye.
If you see any guardsmen, tell them Ogren was at it again.
I won't. Should we go find out why these people won't fight?
I have a question it may be able to answer, Elder Mage.
Must it always be Elder Mage? I'm not a wizened old crone just yet.
Would it prefer mage well past her prime don't mind the sagging bit?
You have an odd way of requesting answers to your questions.
I'm curious about the abominations of the tower. Is it possible for such a creature to become human again?
Yes, it is simply very difficult. It requires travel into the Fade.
And? Is the mage the same afterwards as the mage was before?
No, I have never met such a person, but no, they are changed forever.
I understand. Thank you for the answer, wise one.
Okay, so we need to ask these people why they aren't fighting.
Did you see that last fight? It was really something.
No, sir, I did not. Varric!
Watch for Piotr Naidukin. He's won the squad combat 4 years running. He has 11 decapitations so far. He needs just 3 more for the one-season record.
I guess you've watched a lot of provings then.
Front row seats at every grand proving since my father took me on his shoulders. Name's Varric. I got a controlling interest in a mine off the old Roostin Tig. But my backers know not to hand me a pick any day there's blood on the stone, if you know what I mean.
Excuse me.
I'm telling you, Piotr will take the prize. You can put gold on it.
Look, I already told the Proving Master I withdrew. Do you have to keep harassing me?
What are you talking about?
Well, that sounded genuine. If you weren't looking for me, do me a favor and pretend I never said anything.
Did someone make you drop out of the proving?
I left the Proving on my own business, and I have no intention of discussing it.
If you tell me what's happening, I could help you.
Look, it's just, when I was younger, I had a thing with this Idukan girl, Revelka. Lesser cousin, nowhere near the throne. Her family wanted her marrying up, so they matched her with a BMO. But we didn't exactly stop seeing each other.
So you're afraid your affair will be exposed?
She's married to a prominent Desher's heir. We should have stopped a long time ago, but I love her. Do you know what that's like? Now Balin found out, and I can't even help my cousin for fear he'll tell her husband.
What evidence does Balin have?
They have letters. Love letters Revelka wrote me.
Oh, God.
Like, she'd be disgraced. Her husband would cast her aside, and I would be lucky to be allowed to die in a duel.
Would you fight again if your secret was safe?
There's no way to guarantee that. I appreciate the thought, but they really have me over a shaft here.
Did Balin threaten you himself?
No. One of his fighters, a woman named Miyaja, she's the one who threatened to expose me.
I can get the letters back.
You'd do that?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how to thank you. I know it's my own fault, but I'd have married her if I could. If you can make sure that evidence doesn't get out, I'd be happy to fight in the proving. But you need to find them quickly. Registrations close once the first bout starts.
Okay. We gotta find some love letters. You know, I have previous experience of finding love letters, sir. So this should be good. We need to find Gwydion. Whatever that is. Maybe it's on this side. Gwydion. Hi.
You new in the fights? I don't remember seeing you before.
Are you one of the fighters?
Was. Name's Guidon. I just
Guidon.
tendered my resignation. Somehow I don't think the ancestors will favor me today.
Why did you resign?
It's not so much what happened, as what's going to. I heard from a reliable source Lord Harriman's already given up the throne. Balin called this whole proving to let his lordship save face when he concedes.
I don't understand.
It lets Harriman save face by bowing to the ancestors' decision when he loses. But how do you think it looks for the men who support him? I'd back Harriman as he asked, but if he's giving up, I won't sacrifice my family so he can retire with dignity.
That's ridiculous. Harriman isn't conceding.
Oh? And where did you hear this that's more reliable than a member of the Assembly?
From Dulin, I'm rallying honorable fighters for Harriman.
I suppose there's nothing his lordship would do without consulting Dulin. He's always been his top man. Maybe you're right. I'm just a warrior. I've always tried to stay out of these noble politics. If I find out this whole thing was some flunky of Balin's lying to me for his own gain, I'll...
Go and big for Lord Harriman?
Maybe I will at that.
Alright. Well, now we just need to get those letters from Maja, but she didn't feel like talking to us, really. So maybe let's join the fight.
Aha, you're back. Did you wish to fight in the proving today?
Yep. I like to fight as Lord Harriman's champion.
Well, that's a surprise. Never thought the Grey Wardens would take an interest in our king. Let me just put you into the schedule here. Now, is there a particular name you wish listed?
I'm Rowan of the Grey Wardens.
I'll just call you Grey Warden, since those elven names are such a mouthful. We actually
How dare
in
you?
the first round. Are you ready to start?
No. I have a few things I want to do first.
Come back soon. You'll be fighting the bout as soon as both fighters are ready.
Maybe now. Well, talk to me.
You must be the Grey Warden. Luke John said one of you signed up.
They said the Warden's here to fight for Harriman.
I guess we'll have to show what kind of tricks we learn in Orzammar.
You two fight together?
We were born together. We fight together. We'll die together.
The ancestors gave us one soul, but two bodies. Everything we do together.
That doesn't seem very fair.
I think the Grey Warden's worried.
Don't worry. When we beat you, at least we won't taint you.
Nice. One more thing.
We're not giving anything more away.
Yeah, you are.
So don't even try.
You've been threatening Harriman's fighters?
Is that an accusation? It's illegal to threaten proving fighters outside the ring.
Not helping them keep their dirty secrets, though. That's another story.
It's a private matter. You shouldn't interfere.
You haven't been here long. You'll learn soon enough. Nothing in Orzammar is private.
As long as someone can find out.
Come on, Luke John. We have a fight to prepare for.
Liliana, if I could get you to open this door, that'd be great. Thank you so much, babe. And then also this chest. Thank you. That was easy. Here you go.
The proving's almost starting. I should leave if you haven't found anything.
I have your letters right here.
Where did you get those? No, I don't want to know. Just thank you.
You're welcome.
I can't say what it means to know my Revelka is safe.
Oh. Then you'll fight in the proving?
I will be glad to fight for Harrowmont in the provings. Thank you again, friend.
Awesome. Proving. Let's go.
Good, you're back. I was about to start looking for you. Are you ready to fight? Remember, once the fight begins, the roster is final. No new additions are accepted, and all withdrawals are marked as losses.
Am I fighting?
A full squad-on-squad combat. Piotr Naidukan leads the same team he's taken to victory in over a dozen Deep Roads expeditions. May the ancestors choose wisely. This is a glory proving, fought under the eyes of the paragons of Orzammar to honor the memory of King Endrin. Only 2 warriors remain. Fighting for his royal cousin Balin, Piotr Naidukan has led his team to triumph over every unit so far. Challenging him on behalf of Lord Harrowmont, the Grey Warden has risen from nothing to stand at the competition's summit. Each will lead a full unit of 4 soldiers to see once and for all whom the ancestors favor.
You fight well, but your judgment is questionable. The throne will never leave House Iduken.
Aizal and Guidan, join me for this triumph.
You honor me.
Last one standing will be declared victor!
Let's go, friends. We win!
The winner is the Grey Warden! Congratulations! You defeated the man Prince Trian himself once called the Horns of my army. Do you deny this Grey Warden has earned the championship? Then it is my honor to declare this Grey Warden champion of the proving.
Champion!
That the ancestors favor Lord Harrowmont.
It was an honor.
Through this day, we affirm the friendship between our city and your order.
Woohoo! We win!
You showed them. The ancestors are smiling on Lord Harrowmont today.
Aww.
So, what would you do if someone told you that they loved you?
Check their eyesight first, perhaps. Is this someone I should know about?
No, I mean, pretend you're a woman.
I am a woman, Alistair. That shouldn't be too hard, but I'll give it a try.
Oh, that's not what I meant. Just pretend you're another woman. Someone told you that they loved you. How would you react?
Well, that depends. Does this someone just blurt it out? Do I love them back? I need context.
I don't know if you love him back. Maybe you do. You've spent a lot of time with this person.
Perhaps you need to wait for the right moment. You could get her alone in camp. Give her a gift, perhaps.
Oh, I wasn't talking about me. Just,
Oh.
As you wish.
Told you he loves me. I told you.
Lovely.
I won. No, your name's Ordell. Need to talk to what? Hold on. What does Ordell want?
What are you looking at, stranger?
Are you Ordell?
I could be. What business is it of yours?
I met your daughter.
I have no daughter. Could be you met a castless whore claiming she was once mine.
If you don't take her back, she'll die.
What? You think she'd die just to keep that thing? She knows what she has to do to come home. I never wanted her gone. Just the little cur. Can't she see she'd have a better life if she got rid of it?
He's a baby, not a cur, and she loves him.
Look, just tell her... We never meant to hurt her. It just seemed best that... Oh, just tell her to come home. Her mother and I are waiting for her.
And the baby. You're gonna take the baby, too. Is that a nug?
Atrasvala, champion. I hear your performance in the proving was nothing short of amazing. I must thank you for bringing both Baisel and Guidon back into the fight. His lordship was touched to see his old friends stand for him. There can no longer be any doubt where your sympathies lie. If you're ready, Lord Harrowmont will see you now.
Finally. Excellent. Lead the way.
His lordship is looking forward to meeting you.
And so I shall.
Hello, Harrowmont.
I appreciate what you have done, Warden, and I apologize for putting one of your rank through such trials. I am Lord Pyrell Harrowmont, and I thank you for your efforts to help me preserve King Endrin's throne.
I respect King Endrin's wishes.
Then it is truly refreshing to talk with you. Even had you not aided me, I would be honor-bound to present your treaty to the Assembly. But I'm afraid with no king, they will not act. If you want my support to count, I will have to be king. And right now, there is no sure way to get there. Have you heard of a woman named Jarvia and the criminal carter she runs?
Mm-hmm. The Gang of
Assembly
Castless.
receives pleas every day from the common folk, begging that something be done about her. So far, no one has managed. Jarvia hides her base in Dust Town, the raw edges of the city where no one lives but castless and criminals. If you would help me in this, it would show the Assembly that I, and not Balin, have the ability to defend and rule this city.
I'll deal with Jarvia. You be ready to help against the Blight.
Do this, and I promise if I take the throne, I will not stop until the Assembly sends your troops. Look for Jarvia in Dust Town. Do whatever it takes to see that justice is served.
Okay. We're having to do a lot of running around for these dwarves. Alright, we need to go to Dust Town then. Let's go.
You're back. I thought you weren't coming. What did he say?
Your father wants you both to come home.
Both of us? I don't believe he said that. I've never heard him refer to my son as anything but trash. He calls him it. But maybe Mother convinced him. Or you did. Oh, my friend. I cannot thank you enough.
Aww.
My son would grow to manhood and pledge himself as a knight in your service. When he grows up, I will send him to you. I promise.
Aww. I wonder if we ever get to see her son. Well, Jarvia, where are you? I'd love to talk. There they are.
Here. Jarvia said you were looking for trouble. Congratulations. You found it.
Oh, I'm dying.
Don't kill me! Sorry ancestors! What do they teach you on the surface? You fight like a bleeding archdemon. Sweet bloody stone, look at them all.
Tell me how to find Jarvia or you join them.
The base is below the city. You can get to it through the wall of the third house on this row. Put this token through the slot.
Finally.
Well, will you let me go now?
Yes, and you won't want to be at Jarvia's when I get there.
Really? Oh, thank you. You're a good person. How do they say it? The ancestors have shown their favor. Bless you.
Do we have a finger? Did they give us a finger? Finger bone. It's not actually a finger. A key. Put finger bone in the slot.
And so I shall.
Up, Jarvia.
Oh, Harrowmont finally realized we're taking the city, yet he still can't be bothered to send his own men. Well, you picked the wrong side, stranger. It doesn't matter who's king, as long as there's a queen.
Oh, you're the queen? You're awfully cocky for someone whose entire Carta is dead.
You'll pay for their deaths 100 times over. Kill them!
Okay.
The pretty one alive. I have plans for her.
What's she gonna do with me? She gonna put my teeth around her neck? Is that what she said? Oh, got her. Let's leave.
Heard the news. Jarvia and her carter are dead. I suppose it was unrealistic to expect them to surrender.
I offered them mercy, but they chose to fight.
Would that some of the noble caste had such loyalty. I have no desire to go back on my word. But when Balin heard the news about Jarvia, he raised the stakes.
Jesus.
In the next 2 days. By law, that prevents the Assembly from hearing any other pleas. To help with your troops, I will require your assistance. One last.
Oh my god.
Of the Paragon Branca.
The Assembly raised her to Paragon for inventing a new fuel.
Yes, a smokeless fuel that made underground forges safer than they've ever been. 2 years ago, she took her entire house into the deep roads on a mad quest to uncover ancient secrets. No one's heard from her since. Were she to return and endorse someone for the throne, the Assembly would be honor-bound to accept her wishes.
What if she's dead?
Her entire house went with her. It would take a lot to kill so many. If not, bringing proof of her death, or a body to return to the stone, would still show that as an ancestor, it was my hand she guided to her remains.
Are you sure Bronca would support you as king?
It's hard to say what she would do. She wasn't exactly known for her predictability. She never seemed to like being a paragon. She was devoted to her craft, never cared for politics. But one of the most brilliant minds Orzammar has seen. Bronca hated Darkspawn with a passion. She would certainly be a valuable voice to support your treaty.
Okay.
My men traced Bronca's disappearance to an ancient crossroads known as Caradin's Cross. It is many miles below where we normally venture, but I can provide a map to lead you there. Just enter the deep roads through the mines. Thank you again, and may the ancestors guide your steps.
I wanna go to the Circle Tower and do this questline. Hello, Irving. Nice to see you again.
Welcome back, friend. You'll be glad to learn that the Circle is well on its way to recovery.
Dagna of Orzammar wishes to study magic.
Orzammar? Indeed. You have piqued my curiosity. It is common knowledge that dwarves lack the aptitude for spellcraft. She will never be able to weave the simplest magic, no matter how hard she tries.
I don't think she minds. She still wants to learn, though.
Fascinating. I suppose the Circle should be flattered.
She's willing to give up caste and clan for this.
I see. If she is willing to sacrifice so much for this, then we should feel honored.
You should.
Tell Dagna of Orzammar that this path will not be easy. But if she chooses it, then she is welcome here at the Circle. She will live and study with the Tranquil, and perhaps the apprentices, when it is appropriate.
She's going to be so overjoyed.
If only the Circle was in better shape. I fear she may be disappointed when she arrives.
I don't think so. I think she'll be very interested in what happened.
This will be interesting. She could tell us much about our dwarven neighbors. Yes, the more I think about it, the more I like the idea. I shall take this as an indication that perhaps things are starting to look up for the Circle. Thank you.
Time to go. Bye.
I wish you well. Know you will always be welcome here.
Yay. I just wanted to make sure our baby Dagna got her life quest started.
Hello, how can I... It's you! And it's been, well, quite a while. Enough time to get to the Circle and back, I hope. Oh, please tell me what they said.
First Enchanter Irving accepted you for study.
Ancestors, bless you. I can't believe it. There hasn't even been a dwarven observer in the Circle since Urelden in the 13th century. I need to pack. No, my parents would get suspicious. I need to go. Is there anything I should bring? Books? Tuition?
Nothing. The mages need every ally they can get.
Then I should go before my parents come looking for me. If you ever go to the Circle again, maybe I'll see you there.
Bye. Have fun. Deep roads time.
The deep roads are home to the Darkspawn now. Oddly, they're supposed to be safer to travel during a blight.
Stranger, have you seen a Grey Warden hereabouts? I've been privy to the rumor that he, or was that she? You understand this was many mugs ago. Was searching for Bronca on Lord Harrimon's own command.
I am the Grey Warden, and that would be she.
Well, if you're the best they got, then standards must have fallen way down. But I suppose that would account for an elf being down here.
How dare you?
Say, could I ask you a favor?
That's how you butter someone up, to ask them for help?
Name's Ogren.
And if you've ever heard of me before, it's probably all been about how I piss ale and kill little boys who look at me wrong. And that's mostly true. But the part they never say is how I'm the only one still trying to save our only paragon. And if you're looking for Branka, I'm the only one who knows what she was looking for, which might be pretty sodding helpful in finding her.
And what do you want in return for this information?
I know what Branka wanted, and how she was looking. You, I assume, know whatever Harrowmont's men have dug up on where exactly she disappeared. If we pool our knowledge, we stand a chance of finding Branka. Otherwise, good sodding luck.
Sounds like we have a deal.
You should know that Branka was looking for the Anvil of the Void. The secret to building golems, which was lost centuries ago. The smith Caridin built it, and with it, Orzammar had 100 years of peace, while it was protected by the golems forged on the anvil. As far as anyone knows, the anvil was built in the old Orton Tig. Branka planned to start looking there, if she could ever find it. All she knew was that it was past Caridin's cross. No one's seen that Tig for 500 years.
Harrowmont gave me a map. I can get to Caridin's cross.
If we're going, let's get moving. Branka's not gonna sodding find herself. Stop wasting time, Warden. I'm not here to chat.
There you go. I'm here to chat. That's literally what this entire playthrough is.
What's this? An elf? I'm sorry, but I cannot allow you past the front lines without Adesha's permission.
Open your eyes, man! This Grey Warden is on a quest to find your paragon! Do I have to take your stinking head off?
What Ogren is trying to say is that we have permission.
Ogren could have been Adesha for House Branka. I suppose he's the next best thing in both skill and arrogance. You may pass. I'd offer more assistance, but my command post is here. All of Orzammar relies on us to hold this line.
My bloody sack. Bag of limbs. The limbs of some demonic creature is in this sack. Ew.
Caridin's cross. I can't believe Harrowmont actually tracked this place down. This used to be one of the biggest crossroads in the old Empire. You could get anywhere from here, including Orton Tig.
What's so important about Orton Tig?
It's the home of Caridin, the paragon who made the anvil. He was an Orton before he founded his own house, and even then, he spent most of his time in their Tig. Branka figured it was the best guess for where the anvil was located.
You know anything else about the anvil?
No one but Caridin ever really knew more than it had some kind of stone-blessed power. Every golem who ever ranged across the Empire was hammered on the steel of that anvil, but no one ever knew exactly how they were made. But Branka was sure she could find out. Ah, win. Care to partake of Ogren's fine homebrew? It's the drink of the gods.
Ale, is it? And I hope it's brewed hygienically?
Of course. I may not know clean from a beggar's ass when it comes to most things, but I don't mess around with my ale.
Very well, let's have a taste.
When?
Well, what do you think?
Very nice.
Ah, you like it? Well, I never...
Attractive amber color, nutty flavor, slightly sweet, just a hint of toastiness. There's some spice to it I'm finding hard to place.
Yes? Yes?
Is it cloves?
Cloves! Ha ha! By the stone, you're a lady after my own heart. If I weren't buckled in this armor, I'd take you around the corner and, well, you know.
Give me more ale?
When? I didn't expect this of you. Hey, another one of those bags. Body bags. Head of some demonic creature is in this sack. Deep roads, take me home. Out of here. So confusing. Wish I had Better map. Deep roads. Take home. Thank you. Another one. Torso in a bag. Scared. You have found the grisly remains of some kind of feyed beast, one that may have intentionally dismembered itself. Comparing the notes suggests the carving was done in the deep roads, near Caridin's cross.
By the tits of my ancestors, Orton Tig. I never thought I'd see this place in the flesh. I can see Branka all over this place. She always took chips from the walls at regular intervals when she was in a new tunnel. Checked their composition. If she was still here, though, she'd have sentries out by now.
What if Branka and everyone died?
Well, aren't you a sodding bright spot today? If everyone's dead, there'd be evidence of a major battle, wouldn't there? 300 or so dwarves don't just fade away.
What can you tell me about these ruins?
This was Caridin's home Tig. He was an Orton before he got raised to Paragon. Even stayed here when he could have had his own house. I guess he didn't want to move his people to Bunamar.
What's Bunamar?
The city of the dead. Caridin built it to honor the Legion of the Dead, but it was more like a sodding mausoleum than anything. Of course, that was all before he built the anvil. After that, he was the city's pet genius until he angered the king and fell into disfavor. The City of the Dead is known as the Dead Trenches since the Darkspawn conquered it. Much of the Legion was destroyed when the fortress fell.
Oh. Hi. Can I help you?
There's nothing for you here. It's mine. I've claimed it.
Claimed it? Are you part of the clan who lived here?
The clan? No, but it's still mine. Ruck's been here for years now, and no shiny surfacer will take him away.
Bah. He's a bloody scavenger. Good as sodding gone.
Good night.
Be gone, you! You'll bring the Dark Ones back, you will. They'll crunch your bones.
Word has it you could only survive down here by eating the Darkspawn dead.
Really? Why would they do that?
It brings the taint, turns their brains to sewage, but it hides them from the Darkspawn.
Poor creature. Such are the lengths to which our survival instinct drives us.
It's my claim, not yours! Crunch your bones!
You're gonna eat me? You're gonna send the spiders on me? Hi, Rock.
Go away! This is mine! Only I gets to plunder its riches!
Is this Branka's campsite?
It's mine! I'm the one who found it! I drove out the crawlers! Now it's mine!
You can have it. I'm not here to steal anything, I promise.
Pretty lady. Pretty eyes, pretty hair. Smells like the steam of burning water. Blue as the deepest rock. So, the pretty lady won't take anything from Ruck? You won't take Ruck's shiny worms and pretty rocks?
No. I just want to talk. I won't take anything.
Oh. Ruck not mind that, maybe.
So your name is Ruck?
Ruck not pretty name. Not pretty like lady. Ruck is small and ugly and twisted.
When did you arrive here?
Too long ago. I must think. 5 years?
Oh.
6. Ruck no longer remembers the smells and sights of the city.
That's such a long time. How did you survive here?
When the Dark Ones were here, I kept to the shadows. They don't look in the shadows, not if you're quiet. Not if you eat their flesh. Then the Dark Ones think you're one of them. They leave you alone. But now they're gone.
Do you know where the Dark Ones went?
I think they went south, pretty lady. Far, far to the south. That is where the Dark Master calls them with his beautiful voice. So much joy when he awoke.
He's talking about the Archdemon, huh?
After the Dark Master awoke, he called his children and they all went. I wanted to go too and gaze upon his beauty.
Where is the Dark Master now, do you know?
He stopped calling. I wish I could go see him, but Ruck... No, Ruck is a coward.
I think I met your mother. Is her name Ilda?
No filter, no mother, no warm blanket and stew and pillow and soft words. Rock doesn't deserve good memories. No.
How did you end up here?
She did not know, not what I did. I was very angry, and then someone was dead, and they wanted to send Ruck to the mines. If I went to the mines, she would know. Everyone would know. So I came here instead. Once you eat, once you takes in the darkness, you not miss the light so much. You know, do you not? Ruck sees. Yes, he sees the darkness inside you.
I have to tell your mother you're alive.
No, she cannot. She remembers a boy, a little boy with bright eyes and a hammer, and she cannot see this. Swear, promise, vow you won't tell.
Would you rather she think you're dead?
Yes. Tell the mother Ruck is dead. He's dead, and his bones are rotting in the crawler's webs, and she should never look again.
I'll tell her you died bravely.
Pretty lady is like mother, yes. Too good, too pretty for the darkness.
Looks like that bone picker is living in Bronca's old camp. Did you see the marks on the floor? There were a lot of people and fires there once. Those must be Bronca's papers he said were taken by the spiders. Nothing that fragile would be left from the tag.
Mystical site of power. The altar in front of you, though broken, tingles with energy. Place the body parts on the altar.
You have restored that which was cut asunder, and revealed my hiding place. Speak your intention. Seek you vengeance or reward?
Reward me, you are free.
So be it. You are rewarded, and I shall toy with this realm another day.
Okay. Thanks for the money. Restored the Fade Beast and allowed it to roam free. The reward was great, but others will bear the true cost. Like who? Bronca's journal. This looks like someone's journal. The cover is battered and torn, but intact. As you leaf through the desiccated pages, the text catches your eye. We found evidence today that the Anvil of the Void was not built in the Orzammar. We will go south to the Dead Trenches. The Anvil is somewhere beyond. My soldiers tell me I am mad. The Dead Trenches are crawling with Darkspawn, and that we will surely die before we find the Anvil, if we find it. I leave this here in case they're right. If I die in the trenches, perhaps someone can yet walk past my corpse and retrieve the Anvil. What remains lost, so do we all. If I have not returned and Ogren yet lives, tell him, no. What I have to say should be for his ears alone. This is my farewell.
Bronca was thinking about me. I knew she still cared. Old softy.
Aww.
Looks like the Dead Trenches is our next stop then. They say that Darkspawn nest there. Whole herds of them. But if that's where Bronca went, then that's where I'm going.
Great. Sounds fun. This is where the dragon came from. Great. It's not Flemeth this time. Oh no. Please don't see us. Please don't see us.
Trasvala, Grey Warden.
I've never seen one of your kind in the deep roads.
You know I'm a Grey Warden?
I recognize a fighter of dark spawn. It marks you. It's why we in the Legion of the Dead abandon our lives so we can face them without fear. It's a sacrifice I understand Grey Wardens are familiar with. What do you want here, Warden?
I need to find Paragon Branca.
Who put this dull idea in your head? We got other things to worry about in Orzammar. Ah, now I see. The Deep Lords in the Assembly can't make up their minds, so the Pretenders need added influence. I get that right?
That's about it. You have anything useful to add?
Warden, you got your work cut out for you. Paragon Branca is dead, everyone with sense knows it. Past our line, the Darkspawn kill everything.
Why hold back?
I'd gladly lead an assault through the dead trenches, but without an ass in the throne, we have no orders. I won't take fool's gold from a pretender. You want to go digging blind? You go right ahead.
Can you tell me more about the Legion of the Dead?
We die in the eyes of our brothers so we can fight without fear. It offers redemption for the promise of the greatest sacrifice. That's all you need to know. To say more invites judgment, or worse, imitation.
Are you concerned about the coming blight?
Why? The other kingdoms only care when the Darkspawn march in the light. But they are always here, always pushing. Your nightmare is my everyday. Our resolve gives you a rest between blights. A surge on the surface would give us a break. When the time comes, I'll care for a good dwarven reason. Sod the rest.
First day they come and catch everyone. Second day, they beat us and eat some from meat.
Ew. Talking.
Fifth day they return and it's another girl's turn. Sixth day, her screams we hear in our dreams. Seventh day, she grew as in her mouth they spew. Eighth day, we hated as she is violated. Ninth day, she grins and devours her kin.
Fleshy sack? These are all fleshy sacks? That's disgusting.
Now she does feast, as she's become the beast.
Okay. Hespith.
What is this? An elf? Exotic and impossible. Feeding time brings only kin and clan. I am cruel to myself. You are a dream of strangers' faces and open doors.
Examine her closely. She appears to be suffering from a high fever. Her skin is pale and she is covered in dark blotches.
First day they come and catch everyone.
Okay. What is the chant?
It's what I've seen. What I will become. I force it into verse so it is fantasy. Unreal. That's the only place I can hide. Because they make me. They make me eat. And then, all I could do was wish Laren went first. I wished it upon her so that I would be spared. But I had to watch. I had to see the change. How do you endure that? How did Branca endure?
Branca? Are you from Branca's house?
Do not talk of Branca. Of what she did. Ancestors preserve us. Forgive me. I was her captain. And I didn't stop her.
What the hell did
her
she
lover,
do?
And I could not turn her. Forgive her. But no, she cannot be forgiven. Not for what she did. Not for what she has become.
The heck did she do? What did she do, Hespith?
I will not speak of her, of what she did, of what we have become. I will not turn. I will not become what I have seen. Not Laren, not Branca.
Okay. Wait, come back. Where'd you go? Hespith.
She became obsessed. That is the word, but it is not strong enough. Blessed stone, there was nothing left in her but the anvil.
The anvil?
We tried to escape, but they found us. They took us all. Turned us.
Oh my god. Turned you into a zombie?
The men, they kill. They're merciful. But the women, they want to touch, to mold, to change until you are filled with them.
Oh god.
They took Laren. They made her eat the others, our friends. She tore off her husband's face and drank his blood. And while she ate, she grew. She swelled and turned gray, and she smelled like them. They remade her in their image. Then she made more of them.
I'm assuming she's talking about Darkspawn.
Brood mother.
She's birthing Darkspawn. It was it blood? Ugh! What in the Java hut is this? Girl, what did they do to you? Right in her. How many boobs does she have? Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right in her 10 boobs. Oh.
That's where they come from. That's why they hate us. That's why they need us. That's why they take us. That's why they feed us.
Disgusting.
But the true abomination is not that it occurred, but that it was allowed. Branka, my love. The stone has punished me, dream friend. I am dying of something worse than death. Betrayal.
Branka, what the hell did you do? Brood Mother. It is well known that Darkspawn carry off those captured in their raids to underground layers. Most assume that their prisoners are eaten or somehow tainted and turned into Darkspawn themselves, though this can never account for the sheer number of a horde. Forays made by Grey Wardens into the underground have uncovered the answer. When exposed to the Darkspawn taint, men are driven mad and eventually die. Women, however, undergo great pain and gross mutations that cause most of them to perish. Those that survive, however, become the grotesque brood mothers. These giant, twisted behemoths birth many Darkspawn at a time. A single brood mother can create thousands of Darkspawn over the course of her lifetime. Each type of Darkspawn is born from a different brood mother. Humans produce Hurlocks, dwarves produce Genlocks, elves give birth to Shrieks. And from Canary are born the ogres. Oh my god. And so now Espith is gonna be turned into a brood mother? Is she gonna sacrifice herself? What are we doing up here? Hello?
If Branka is anywhere, this has to be it. She will not be unprepared.
Okay. Well, did you see what she did to her lover? I mean, you're probably like mad about it, but like, do you see what she did? Is that her?
What was that?
Can't leave.
Let me be blunt with you. After all this time, my tolerance for social graces is fairly limited. That doesn't bother you, I hope.
Well, shave my back and call me an elf. Branka, by the stone! I barely recognized you.
Ogren. It figures you'd eventually find your way here. Hopefully you can find your way back more easily. And how shall I address you? Hired sword of the latest lordling to come looking for me? Or just the only one who didn't mind Ogren's ale breath?
Be respectful, woman. You're talking to a Grey Warden.
Ah, so an important errand boy, then. I suppose something serious has happened. Is Endrin dead? That seems most likely. He was on the old and wheezy side.
Uncle, what the hell? Orzammar needs a new king to defend against a blight.
A king won't defeat a blight. We've had 40 generations of kings and lost everything. I don't care if the Assembly puts a drunken monkey on the throne. Because our protector, our great invention, the thing that once made our armies the envy of the world, is lost to the very dark spawn it should be fighting. The Anvil of the Void. The means by which the ancients... But if he's dead, I'm sorry. He was as competent a king as we could expect. But they called to me.
Wait.
I've heard them for 2 years, just be...
Girl, you were talking crazy just now. I'm gonna read her dialogue. The Anvil of the Void, the means by which the ancients forged their army of golems and held off the first archdemon ever to rise. It's here. So close, I can taste it. But of course there's a catch, right?
The anvil lies on the other side of a gauntlet of traps designed by Caradon himself. My people and I have given body and soul to unlocking its secrets. This is what's important. This has every day. If I succeed, the dwarven people benefit. Kings, politics, all that is transitory. I've given up everything and would sacrifice anything to get the Anvil of the Void.
Why is her dialogue all jacked up? Does that include Hespith and the others of your house?
Enough questions. If you wish me to get involved with this imbecilic election, I must first have the Anvil.
Bronca.
There's only one way out, Warden. Forward. Through Caradon's maze, and out to where the Anvil waits.
What has this place done to you? I remember marrying a girl you could talk to for 1 minute and see her brilliance.
I am your paragon.
You don't even like being a paragon. Brave the traps and make your way to the anvil. Bronca has tricked you and locked you in a room full of traps. It seems that Bronca was unable to find a way past these traps and wants you to do so. You cannot escape and you cannot go back. You must press forward toward the Anvil of Void. Bruh.
Good old Bronca. She's a bit, abrasive, isn't she? Guess I forgot that part about her screeching in my ear every sodding day.
Okay.
Oh well. We'll help her get the anvil and then she'll come home and everything will be better.
She's crazy, sir. There's something wrong with her. Also, I don't think she wants you anymore. I think she wants women, which you are not. I mean, she could want both, but she said you stink.
I needed people to test Caradon's traps. There's no way to break through except by trial and error. I sent them in. They were all mine, pledged to be my house, and they didn't want help. They tried to leave me, even my Hespith. But even she couldn't understand that when you reach for greatness, there are sacrifices, as many sacrifices as are needed.
Are you kidding? So you sacrificed your entire house. This witch is crazy.
She shouldn't have gone. She was pledged to me. She swore she'd do whatever it took to find the anvil. There was no other choice. Most of them were dying of the taint already. But some of the women were transforming. I knew what they would become. There would be an endless supply, fresh dark spawn to test the traps. They could still serve me, let me find the anvil. It was the only way.
You're awful. You're a terrible person.
You have no idea how they carried on, holding my hand and begging to die. They had pledged me their loyalty. They had no right to fight me. They say your order is renowned for its wits as well as its brawn. Perhaps you'll do better than my poor clansmen. There's something about this place. It makes people despair.
It makes you awful. Is this really the type of person they chose?
So I shall.
Or they're like God? That's beautiful. Oh God, it's a puzzle. Aw. Going. Touch the anvil.
Ready to do it. Complete.
We did it.
How delightful.
Complete.
How wonderful.
Oh, golems.
My name is Caradon. Once, longer ago than I care to think, I was a paragon to the dwarves of Orzammar.
Caradon, the Paragon Smith. Alive?
Ah, there is a voice I recognize. Shale of the House of Kadash. Step forward.
You know my name. Is it you that forged me then? Is it you that gave me my name?
My God.
Have you forgotten then? It has been so long. I made you into the golem you are now, Shale. But before that you were a dwarf, just as I was. The finest warrior to serve King Valtor, and the only woman to volunteer.
The only woman? A dwarf?
I laid you on the anvil of the void, here in this very room, and put you into the form you now possess.
Ew.
The anvil of the void. That is what we seek.
If you seek the anvil, then you must care about my story, or be doomed to relive it.
This is a lot of information. My poor Shale. Why did she get put on the anvil? What happened? You made the anvil, I take it?
Though I made many things in my time, I rose to fame and earned my status based on a single item. The anvil of the void. It allowed me to forge a man of steel or stone, as flexible and clever as any soldier. As an army, they were invincible, but I told no one the cost. No mere smith, however skilled, has the power to create life. To make my golems live,
God.
I had to take their lives from elsewhere.
A dire shortcut. Was it worth it?
So said my king. I had only intended to use volunteers, but he was not satisfied, and soon a river of blood flowed out of this place.
God.
Finally, it was too much. I refused, and so Valtor had me put on the anvil next.
What now? Did you want revenge?
Not revenge. The blow of the hammer opened my eyes. My apprentices knew enough to make me as I am, but not enough to fashion a control rod. I retained my mind. You were amongst the most loyal, Shale. You remained at my side throughout, and at the end, I sent you away out of mercy.
My poor...
I do not remember.
We have remained entombed here ever since, and I have sought a way to destroy the anvil. Alas, I cannot do it myself. No golem can touch it.
No! The anvil is mine! No one will take it from me!
Shale, you fought to destroy the anvil once. Do not allow it to fall into unthinking hands again!
Don't worry, Bronca's not getting
Speak
it.
of things I do not remember. You say we fought. Did you use our control rods to command us to do so?
I destroyed the rods. Perhaps my apprentices eventually learned to replace the rods. I do not know. But if so, then all they need is the anvil to make all the slaves they need. You, please, help me destroy the anvil. Do not let it enslave more souls than it already has.
You are a paragon. I'll need your help to support a new king.
Don't listen! He's been trapped here for 1,000 years, stewing in his own madness. Help me claim the anvil, and you will have an army like you've never seen!
No.
Bronca, you mad, bleeding nugtail! Does this thing mean so much to you that you can't even see what you've lost to get it?
Look around. Is this what our empire should look like? A crumbling tunnel filled with dark spawn spume? The anvil will let us take back our glory!
No. The anvil enslaves living souls. It must be destroyed.
So it fights with Caradon? Good. That seems right.
Thank you, stranger. Your compassion shames me.
No, you will not take it. Not while I still live.
Branka, don't throw your life away for this.
We have to destroy the anvil, Branka.
Just give her the blasted thing. She's confused. Maybe once she calms down, we can talk to
Evil
her.
Ogren is obsessed beyond redemption.
Bah! You're not the only master smith here, Caradin. Golems, obey me! Attack!
A control room! But, my friend, you must help me. I cannot stop her alone.
Just get along.
Goodbye, Branka. I can't stand you.
Another life lost because of my invention. I wish no mention of it had made it into history.
Yeah, you ain't kidding. Stupid woman. Always knew the anvil would kill her.
I'm sorry, Ogren.
How is it that the woman was not able to disable me as she did you, Caradin?
I do not know. Have you been altered?
I once had a pathetic little mage of a master. He did something to me, experimented on me, and then I killed him, and it rendered me paralyzed.
Perhaps he was bringing forth old memories, and caused you to remember the time when you fought at my side. The paralysis you speak of always resulted when the Master perished. As for your free will, you were always a strong woman, Shell. I am pleased to see you remain such.
My poor Shale.
I don't know what to say. Thank you.
Do not thank me. All of this is my doing, my legacy. But at least it ends here. I thank you for standing with me, stranger. The anvil waits there for you to shatter it.
It was good to meet you, Paragon. I intend to ensure that your warnings about the golems are heard by the Circle of Magi.
Is there any boon I can grant you for your aid? A final favor before I am freed from my burden?
I need a Paragon support to settle an election.
For the aid you've given me, I shall put hammer to steel one last time, and give you a crown for the king of your choice.
Thank you. Delirium anvil, that's cool. Thank you, Caradin. Branka, you suck. Wow.
There, it is done. Give it to whom you will. I do not wish to hear their names, nor anything more of them. I have already lived far beyond my time. I have no place here.
I will destroy the anvil as agreed. For shale.
You have my eternal thanks, stranger.
No.
A trust in all Tunsha. May you always find your way in the dark.
No. He went for a little swim. You okay, Shale?
Shale of House Kadash. Is that who I once was? I find this difficult to believe.
You're tall for a dwarf.
I am not a dwarf. Or at least, I'm not a dwarf any longer. If I was this Shale of House Kadash, as Caradin said, there must be some evidence of my existence remaining. I must find it.
I'll find it. Perhaps there are records in Orzammar.
There is another way. What Caradin said, it has allowed me to remember one thing. I believe I know where Kadash Taig is.
Oh, let's go. We can go there if you'd like.
Its offer is appreciated. I will mark the location on its map.
Okay.
If we can journey there soon, I am most curious as to what we will find.
We can go.
What is this? This I remember.
Oh, I walked right past that.
It has dates and names. This is to honor those who volunteered, those who became golems. And there is my name, Shale of House Kadash. Just as Caradin said. I remember now. I remember, Shale. That was me.
You remember? That's wonderful.
Wonderful to remember being a soft, squishy creature of flesh. Perhaps. I will need to think on these things I have learned. Perhaps I will speak to it of them soon. For now, let us carry on as we have. I've watched a lot of humans in my time. It should be aware that I have decided that it is not much like any of them.
I'm not exactly human, Shale.
Oh, it's not just that. Well, I'm sure that's part of it, but it's not only that. Surely it must come from some superior lineage, yes? Some breed of flesh creature that has decided to elevate its genetic stock above its natural shortcomings?
Nope. Alien elves are just better.
Then that must be it. The humans have always spoken about elves being inferior, but obviously this is their own stupidity talking. I would appreciate if it didn't spread around that I said anything. Humans might start to get the wrong idea. They might start thinking their race is not completely hopeless.
I won't tell anyone. And we wouldn't want that.
Indeed. Can it imagine the horror? Oh. Now, let us crush something into a fine paste before it starts to think I've gone all soft. Perish the thought.
I love Shale. Let's go to Orzammar. Finally. I have no idea how long this episode is going to be. This video is going to be the longest. So if you're here, still, thank you.
Lords of the Assembly, I call for order. This argument gets us nowhere.
Then why these delaying tactics? I call for a vote right now. My father has one living child to assume the Idukan throne. Who would deny him that?
Me.
Your father made me swear on his deathbed you would not succeed him.
I apologize for the interruption, Lord Steward, but the Grey Warden has returned.
We should let the Warden speak. What news do you bring?
I bear a crown from Paragon Caradin for his chosen king.
Caradin was trapped in the body of a golem. This warden granted him the mercy he sought, releasing him and destroying the Anvil of the Void. Before he died, Caradin forged a crown for Orzammar's next king, chosen by the ancestors themselves.
And we are supposed to trust this? The word of a drunken sot and a Grey Warden known to be in Harrowmont's pocket?
Silence! This crown is of Paragon make, and bears House Ortan's ancient seal. Tell us, Warden, whom did Caradin choose?
He wished me to give it to whomever I choose.
The Grey Warden knows nothing about us. Why would a Paragon entrust someone like this with such a weighty decision? This is ridiculous!
We've argued in these chambers for too long. The will of the Paragon is that the Grey Warden decide.
I would grant the crown to Harrowmont.
I appreciate your forthrightness, Warden. You have acted with grace through this entire torturous process.
It was torture. Wow, I didn't know it had flowers on it. I want it for me. I did all the work.
Let the memories find you worthy. First amidst the lords of the houses, the King of Orzammar.
The King of Orzammar.
I will not abide by this!
Shut up.
The ancestors have spoken.
Hermot is your king. Stand behind him.
Would you let a surfacer decide the fate of the dwarves?
Watch out! They brought weapons!
Guards!
Guards! I'm done with all
I
of you.
admit I did not think even Balin would defy the word of a paragon, nor that so many would follow him. But most of Orzammar has seen him for what he really is, and I trust we will bring this insurgency under control.
A celebratory sneeze. I have faith in you, King Hermot.
Indeed. More than anyone but my wife, Warden, and I thank you for it. Those loyal to the throne will begin preparations for a surface mission immediately. Orzammar will fulfill its treaties.
Finally.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I must get to the palace and set our plans in motion.
And I must return to my duties on the surface.
This is the staff I carried as King Endrin's II. Take it as a reminder of your place in Orzammar. I wish you luck against the Blight Warden. May we foster another 4 centuries of peace.
Your role in this election will long be remembered, Warden.
Oh, Filda.
You've returned. With all the excitement over the new king, I never expected you to remember my poor son. Did you learn anything about my Ruck?
I'm sorry, Ruck's dead.
Oh, my poor boy. I guess I knew, but I just wish I could have seen him one last time. Here, this is my husband's masterwork, the first shield he smithed. I don't have anyone to save it for anymore. I'd like you to have it, for what you risked to bring me this news.
Sorry. You would not have liked to know what actually happened to him.
Here, I bought you a towel, a bar of soap, and a razor while we were at the market.
Aye? What is this for?
You wash with it.
I know what soap is, woman. What is this flimsy slip of metal?
It's a razor. You shave with it.
Shave? Any warrior worth his salt keeps his beard. That's what I keep telling Alistair.
It's matted. It has stale food stuck in it.
Oh, that's where that bit of earring got you. Anyway, it keeps my face warm. Doesn't have to be pretty.
I like the braids.
Besides, the ladies love it. Tickles them in all the right places if I wag my chin like this.
Disgusting.
Oh, just take it. Take it.
Poor Win. Goodbye, Orzammar. I don't know if I will miss you anytime soon.
Give me a moment.
You got this. Take your time. Are you alright?
Of course everything's alright. Just give me one sodding moment. By the stone. I feel like I'm about to fall off the world with all that sky up there.
Is it that strange?
Strange? Strange is your wife turning out to prefer the ladies, not living in a world without a bleeding ceiling. Well, let's get moving. We're losing, daylight.
Or Ogren. A lot has changed for him.